We're talking exploding castles, evil hidden trolls, and pretty damsels.
I'm getting really hot up here.
Today we're going to be talking about Medieval Madness, my favorite pinball of all time, and why it was worth dragging this 360-pound boat anchor up multiple flights of stairs to get it here in my computer room. Was it worth it? It was, and I'm going to explain why coming up.
Gadget Jeff. TV.
Well, hey guys, welcome back to another Gadget Jeff TV episode where I, Jeff, review cool stuff on a weekly basis. Now, I've always loved video games growing up as a kid, kind of still do, still rocking Mario as you can see here. But pinballs are no exception. Growing up, I used to play these with my father a lot in our in pinball bars and things like that. And although they're not quite as popular as mainstream console video gaming, they still offer a certain level of coolness that's very unique to just them. Now, there are lots and lots of pinball games out there, but this has always been, and probably honestly will always be, my favorite pinball of all time, called Medieval Madness. It was released in 1997, and this classic game quickly became one of the most popular pinballs around because of its fun gameplay, its funny audio commentary, and effects. Plus, this specific game has a special place in my heart as it was my father's friend's game. When I was a kid, I remember going over to my dad's friend's warehouse and playing this thing hours and hours on end on free play, which as a kid is really magical because there was no quarters needed. I just had a little booster step and remember playing this thing just while my father and his friend were doing business dealings. I would just be locked onto the sucker for hours. And sorry to say, my father's friend passed away a while back, and his son inherited his game, and it sat in the same warehouse, and his son and his friends played with it for years and years. And out of nowhere, I just decided to reach out to his son and ask if, hey, if he ever wanted to get rid of the pinball, let me know. And after, luck would have it, after about a year, he gave me a call and was like, yeah, if you want to come on over, we can load it up, and, he'd feel good about it going to, kind of a family friend versus selling it to someone else that might not treat it well or beat it up or, just keep it in the family, so to speak. So it worked out great. Now, this guy was actually on the second story of the warehouse, so getting this thing safely down and loaded onto a truck was kind of a job for two people. It was just him and I, and luckily he had a forklift, and we took it really slow and kind of touch and go. There was a few scares here and there where it kind of teeter-tottered and took our breath away, but we got it down and it was good. Now, with the game being played for so long, it needed a little bit of clean, so I brought it to a pinball pro who washed the entire play field, replaced some of the rubbers here on the flippers and on the bumpers and all that stuff, and then replaced all the old school halogen bulbs with energy efficient LEDs. So $300 well spent to bring it back to life. Another thing I loved growing up, which made this game the perfect fit for me, was medieval stuff. I've always loved castles and kings and swords and knights and dragons and cute damsels, if you know what I mean. So this game was right up my alley. Now, onto the game itself. It's really a beautiful machine. The artwork on the sides with the cool lightning in the background, the red leather stitching letters, and even the arrow with the marshmallow on the end. It all just looks really cool. To the back glass, which is really funny and detailed and has some things worth noting. We got the crazy, evil King Pain storming out of the castle with his two trolls behind him ready to defend him. We got him wearing some Chuck Taylors, and of course there's a banana peel and an egg, and it's just really funny artwork. We got some girl chilling over here on a raft wearing some, I don't know, knight type outfit. Big, bowling ball coming in instead of like an actual cannonball. It's a bowling ball. It's funny stuff. We got this damsel up here with this guy cutting her hair and some cook pouring porridge out. But you can see there's actually a weight and some toilet paper and some guy flying a cow up here. On the other side, we got the evil dragon with some knights trying to fight him off. Down here, we got another knight spray painting on the castle. The king is a queen, House of Pain. Another dragon down here. It's just, I find something different about this back glass every time I look at it. It's really cool. For the purpose of this review, I ended up carefully removing the playfield glass so I could easily put the ball where I wanted it to go. Now the main objective of really any pinball, including Medieval Madness, is to get the highest score possible. And now here on the playing field, there's different actions you can take, different things you can score on that'll give you more points than others. And the main objective of Medieval Madness is to destroy the castle, specifically the 5 different kings, and restore order to the land. As you can see here, we're fighting Sir Psycho right now, then the Earl of Ego, then the Duke of Bourbon, Lord Howard Hertz, Francis de Grimm, and then finally the King of Pain, which is the main king. And to destroy the castle, you have to hit the drawbridge with this ball. Whoop, didn't get it there. Let's try it again. And as you can see, the drawbridge. Then you have to destroy the castle gate. Hit it once, hit it twice, the gate opens, and here we go. Whoop, let's try it again. Look at that. Castles explode! Extreme! So as you can see here, the ball comes back, whoop! And now we are on to the Earl of Ego. Another cool thing is Merlin's magic. If you get the ball in there, it shows you on the screen, you get something special. Sometimes you get trolls. And I'll show you what the trolls are. They're hidden underneath the play field here and they guard the castle. So if you get it into the trolls, there goes the trolls. And you have to hit each one about 3 times. Whoop. Whoop, we're going up to Catapult. But once you hit them about 3 times, they go down. Next up is the Catapult, which is this long ramp, which I got just a couple seconds ago. As you can see, there's 3 different stages of the Catapult. If we get in there once, it just fires. If we get it in again, we get even more points. And the 3rd time, we get to select different objects with different reward levels. So you use the flippers. I got the chicken. So that gives me so many points, 100,000 with the chicken. And then we got 2 other ramps here. The Revolting Peasants ramp, which goes up and around. And then we got the Save the Damsel ramp, which you have to get past this dragon. This little gate drops down and the damsels up in the castle are hidden back there, which you have to rescue. And again, there's multiple damsels and multiple revolting peasants that you can keep getting more and more points as you save them as you progress through the game.
This dragon is an animal. What, you want me to fly? I need saving.
Let's save the damsel. Whoop! As I mentioned earlier, the commentary in this game is probably audio commentary. Whoa, freaking out! I have the ball in my hand. It thinks it's still in the game, so it's recycling, resetting, trying to find the stuck ball in the game. But I have it. Now this game's audio commentary is probably my favorite part. Every time you're either rescuing a damsel or the peasants or destroying a king, they usually have some really funny, sexual, and sometimes crude jokes, which really gives the game its character.
I'm the king of pain.
I will reduce you to French toast.
I'm like so captured.
I will stick my hamster on you.
In this as well as in all things, it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Is that a sword in your pocket? Is that right?
Now another amazing way to score points on Medieval Madness is to get the ball up this ramp into this little trap door here, which gives you multi-ball. Let me show you what I mean. First, you have to jump this moat here, so I'm just by hand gonna throw the ball. Whoop! Didn't get it there, let's try it again. Easier said than done. All right, we got ball number 1 that hit the castle. As you can see, ball 1 is locked here. Let's try ball 2. No! All right, ball 2 is locked, destroyed the castle. 1 more is going to give us multi-ball. Get this cool animation effect. This gives you multi-ball where you got 3 balls at the same time, which really gives you a lot of points. Now again, this was my father's friend's personal game that he used just to play with his buddies and himself. It was never on location at a bar or anywhere where people will put their drinks on it or spill their alcohol or the beer, where they put holes in the side of the machine for drink holders or people key them. I mean, people can be pretty abusive on these things. This game has never been on location, great condition, and considering the title, the amount of hours, I thought it would be a good investment. Because a lot of the gadgets or toys I buy are not good investments. You know, you buy them, they don't hold their value, they depreciate almost the day you buy them. They're not an investment like real estate or a collectible car. But this guy, I always feel, will hold its value or gain value, which is a bonus. If you guys are in the market for a pinball for your place, I highly recommend checking out Medieval Madness. It's always been my favorite, as I mentioned. There's a lot of different pinballs out there, but as you can see, the game is just pretty badass. You can find these, the remakes, for about about $6,000 for a brand new remake, or you can find an original like this for, depending on the condition, between about $5,000 and $8,000. I paid $7,000 for mine, and I do recommend the original. I think it will hold more value than the remake if you buy a remake, but sometimes these are hard to come by. Alright guys, well I appreciate you stopping by and watching this week's episode here on Gadget Jeff TV on Medieval Madness Pinball. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like button if you did, or if you learned something, or if I inspired you to maybe look into a pinball for your own place. They're really fun when you have friends or family over. They're just a lot. They have their own unique flavor that a typical video game console just doesn't have. They're pretty, they light up at night, they're mechanical, they're a pretty cool piece of machinery. That about sums it up here. If you'd like to stick around, I'm going to have a 2 or 3 minute segment of me playing the game without me jabbering on, so you can get an idea of the commentary and the actual gameplay of this machine. But again, please hit that like button, comment below, and I'll see you guys later.
I am the King of Pain. Welcome to my kingdom.